Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We do not have a closed session tonight. Doesn't look like we have anybody here for community comments. So is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Questions or discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. That includes a $2,500 donation from Brett Reeves to the high school baseball program. Mark Hainwright resigning as the 8th grade basketball coach, and Max Hawken resigning as the varsity softball coach. We had the administrator reports and the AD report and the superintendent's report. I don't have anything. I don't think any of our committees met this time.
No, we started the outdoor classroom today. So that whole process is in the works right now.
To be done by next,
Well, it won't be completely done,
but enough to have a grade.
enough that you recognize what it is and
Yeah,
what it's going to be.
that'll be good. Do you have anything, Hines, you need to report legislatively, Sue?
Yes, the plaintiffs have appealed a recent court decision that keeps Act 10 in place, and the Supreme Court will now review the appeal. So that will be interesting to see where that goes. And Wisconsin was awarded a 5-year federal grant to bolster special education workforce. This goes into the preparatory programs and also into the induction program supporting people who are in their first and second years as special educators, because we know that they often don't continue in that area if they don't have that support. So this is a real plus.
I wonder if you can find this out. I read online that since the legislature eliminated the inflation clause for schools, it amounts to about, I think it's $3,800 per student if it had stayed. Is that true?
Yes.
Is that an accurate number?
Mhm.
If that had stayed,
It hasn't kept up with it.
it hasn't, but if we had that, if schools had that, we would not be in such dire straits.
Right,
So
exactly.
that is a good number.
We got a 400-year tax increase.
Well, I didn't mean to get political. I just wanted that information. Okay. We have our district liability insurance proposal is under new business, item C, and that person is on the line. So would someone like to make a motion that we can move that item forward on the agenda?
So moved.
Second. Questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Well, Nick, that means you are up for presenting on the insurance. I don't know if you want to share your screen or if you would like me to.
Perfect. Yeah, if you'd like to, that it's just easier for you to drive it and I can kind of talk through.
Okay. It is on screen for everyone to see. Go ahead when you're ready.
Awesome. Yeah, so from a property, liability, and workers' compensation perspective, the district's insurance carrier actually non-renewed coverage for the upcoming renewals. So that kind of forced our hand to look at options on behalf of the district. So we ended up coming up with essentially two options. Really, the primary focus here is going to be on the property side of things, with the liability and the workers' compensation all kind of sticking with one carrier to replace that of CM Regent. So when we're talking about these two options, option A is technically a shared and layered program, meaning that there's multiple insurance carriers on there. It is about $12,000 more expensive than option B, which is just one insurance carrier writing all of the district's property. But there are some trade-offs that we believe, both between Tasha, Ramey, and myself, think that option A is the more relevant of the two options, right? So on the second page of the packet, you can all see the differences between what is essentially option A and option B. Right off the bat, from a wind and hail damage deductible standpoint, option A is $100,000 versus option B is $250,000. So that's a $150,000 deductible difference specific for wind and hail damage. That alone, in our opinion, eats up that $12,000 and makes that $12,000 worth it to select option A. The other piece on option A that I actually just got an update on today, the flood limit and the earthquake limit on option A are actually going to be increased to $2.5 million instead of $1 million. So we're getting a little bit higher limit there. And then with option B, there were some concerns from a coverage standpoint. So AmRisk's perspective, they are a Florida-based insurer, so they handle a lot of insurance out of the state of Florida. And what they do is they exclude a lot of coverage, specifically for items outside. A lot of this is to combat that Florida-related weather when it comes to hurricanes. So they were not willing to move off of excluding coverage for your playground equipment, athletic equipment, specifically for wind and hail damage. The other piece on option B is that there was a specific sublimit pertaining to wind-driven precipitation. So think of the library claim that just happened. If there was water that got into the building as it relates to that snow that accumulated on the roof, there would be a sublimit of $250,000 for the water damage affiliated with that. Whereas option A picks it up, right? So there's a lot of reasons why between Tasha, Randy, and myself, we proposed option A as kind of the leading option between the two. But I wanted to put those options on the board for discussion, considering that there was a $12,000 premium difference between the two options. Okay. Page 3 of the packet details out 3 additional options that we had. Neither one of these 3 options we considered really viable compared to the 2 options, option A and option B, that we just previously discussed. For a plethora of reasons, right? The premium was either higher, the deductibles were less enticing, right? So just to know that we did get a total of 5 property options for consideration. And then really pages 4 and pages 5 of the package just details all of the property markets that we approached on behalf of the district. All in total, we went to about 50 markets just to kind of test to see who can put together the best program for the district. So kind of wrapping back up to the first page from a renewal standpoint, and I'm sure Tasha can attest to this as well, we recommend option A. Despite it being a little bit more expensive than option B, we think that the coverage trade-off with option A is just outweighs the premium difference there. So any questions for me in relation to the renewal?
A curious question. On option A, they excluded like the playground equipment and all that, but that's all covered under option A.
Yes.
Under option A, it's covered.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Questions, anybody?
No.
I guess we
I
don't.
just wonder what's happened in the world that's gone up 30% in 1 year?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Why has the premium gone up like 30% in 1 year?
What happened in terms of the non-renewal? Was that the question?
No, what happened in terms of premiums, that the premium increase of 30% is, I guess, necessary? Why has it gone up so much?
Yep. So from Church Mutual's perspective, the expiring premium column, so you're looking at the far left column there, they were kind of an all or nothing deal in terms of all of the coverages outside of the equipment breakdown and the cyber liability. So in order to write the property with Church Mutual, which was a pretty lucrative premium program, they needed to write the liability and the work comp as well. They ended up non-renewing. The real reason is that they told me was because of the loss that occurred, but in reality, I think they're exiting the public school space in the state of Wisconsin as a whole. So when we do that, we have to, go out to an entire bid on your behalf, right? The property standpoint with Church Mutual was always the best piece of the pie, right? From a premium perspective. Given the district's property risk, we need to look at some surplus options in order to fill the hole, right? So on the liability side, we ended up getting some premium reprieve because the program that we're going to be moving to, EMC Insurance, just has a much better product, less expensive from a premium standpoint, lower deductibles, better coverage, higher limits. From the property side is where we're really feeling the burn, right? Because Church Mutual is not going to only write the property. They kind of needed that whole package in order to do it. So with them non-renewing, that kind of forced our hand. The property market as a whole, when we're looking at what we call excess or shared and layered or even excess ground up options, just tilts the needle in terms of a premium perspective. They require more rate and there's more underwriting that kind of takes place in that regard. So what I would say, long story short, to your question, Church Mutual was just very aggressive on their rate historically. Now, about 5 years ago or so, we were in what was called the shared and layered option for the district before we made the move to Church Mutual. At that time, we were at about $100,000 from a premium standpoint for that program, on the property alone. So really that 5-year gap is what accounts for that, what is essentially $40,000 premium jump from 5 years ago to today. We just got the luxury of having the premium reprieve for these last 4 or 5 years with Church Mutual's program.
Anything else? Tasha, anything else?
I don't have anything to add to that. I think Nick has pretty much said it all and answered any questions you guys have.
If there aren't questions, does someone want to make a motion on?
So Tasha, I don't know, I'm not sure if you want a motion to approve from an option A standpoint or if there's any thought on sticking with or going with option B, but I'll kind of leave that in your hands.
Okay.
We're gonna do that, decide that right now.
I make a motion to approve option A as our commercial insurance.
Is there a second? Okay, there's a motion that we go with option A for the district liability insurance. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you.
Thank you, Nick.
Awesome.
Have a
Thank
good
you,
night.
guys. You too.
Okay, we will continue with old business. We have a second reading of policies, which we've had before to look at and question, so now we just need.
I would move to approve the second reading of the policies as listed.
Second?
Questions or discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Then we have the wellness policy triennial assessment.
Okay. So I'm going to jump over here. This guy. And we'll see if this works. You are going to see in my presenter view. Darn it. All right, we're going to wing it without, and you'll just have to see my face, and it is what it is. But it's trying a new tool, and it doesn't like my screen being up and presenting here and keeping the presenter stuff on my side. So the triennial assessment, there we go. The triennial assessment is a tool that federally and state requires us to take a look at and look at that our policies and our practices when it comes to the health of our students and our staff are in alignment with federal guidelines. We have to do this triennial assessment every 3 years. This is the first time for Sevastopol doing this assessment. So as we went through this process, we worked with administrators, we worked with teachers, a cross-section from the entire district, as well as our kitchen staff, and had a lot of different input, and so we had a lot of different people in the room to give thoughts and give ideas. When it comes to the assessment, and I did include the actual assessment in your packet so you can see the breakdown, and you can see where the gaps are and where we have more strength than even what our policy says. But some of our key strengths were that we don't show our free and reduced students. So there's not a display when our students come up and key in their code. it doesn't show that they're any different from any other student. We also do not show any negative balance students on the screen, so there is no stigma attached for those students. Students have access to water throughout the building, definitely in our lunchroom every day, and that water is free, and it is available to them all the time, and they're also allowed to have water bottles in most classrooms. Food service training, we keep up to date on our food service training. We require it, we monitor it, and we maintain those credentials for all of our food service staff. We offer a healthy, well-rounded breakfast to any student, and PE is offered at all grade levels. Health education is also offered and required, and the district also promotes active community events. So we have run walks, we have different things that the district is also a part of, and all of those are strengths for us. We identified some areas where we need to, I guess, put in a PIP plan or a practice implementation plan to ensure full compliance. Now that we've identified those gaps, we have the opportunity to evaluate the ways to improve our wellness, and we want to put together that plan and implement some of those things and put together a plan and bring that back to you by December of 2026. So when we talk about some of those gaps, we want to review our meal practices and make sure that we have adequate time and things for our students. We want to look at our fundraising activities and our after-school programming to ensure that we are complying with federal standards in regards to food. The district will also work to increase collaboration between nutrition services staff and classroom teachers so that we are reinforcing nutrition education and displaying healthy lifestyle practices throughout the district. We also are going to take a look at physical education. Throughout this process, we learned the federal standard for PHYED is significantly more than the state standard for PHYED, so we will look at what options we have there as well. After we take a look at all of that, we are going to develop some strategies to implement some of those, and some of those you'll actually see tonight going into place or being brought to you already. We want to work with our building principals, our PHYED staff, and everybody else who is involved in this process to make sure that we are providing the right education for our students and our families. As we track the progress on all of these things, we'll bring that information back, and that becomes part of the next triennial assessment. So we're constantly evaluating what we put in place, what our policies and our practices are, and how we are doing as we move forward. And that just talks about the plan for 2026. Some of the things we wanted to work on, or where our policy needs a little more refinement. Encouraging positive staff wellness. We used to have a wellness committee, we used to have workout Wednesdays, we used to have a number of different things. We've moved away from that since COVID, and now maybe it's time to move back to some of those things. Encouraging that for our staff. Strengthening our after-school nutrition through healthy vending options. Our vending machines are on, and they don't always have things that are Smart Snacks compliant. So we want to put out a vending machine that does have healthy options for students and that is available to them. We want to promote physical activity for families and for our staff. We want to look at some additional training opportunities for everyone, and we also want to make sure that we are modeling healthy options for our students.
So you're saying there are some vending machines that don't have healthy options?
That do not have healthy options, there are, yes.
Why do we do that? Since this is such a big deal now.
Right.
Why are we compliant with getting kids unhealthy?
The vending machine that does not have a healthy option that we talked about, the plan is to work with that group to either turn it off during the day, which would be the requirement. Otherwise, it needs to have healthy snacks in it.
Why don't we just remove it?
Because it's not our vending machine. It is
Have the-
a fundraiser for an external organization.
We'll tell them to remove it.
And we can
It's
do
turned
that.
off during that time. It's turned
Why
off.
do you
during
have
school.
It's a message to our students, this is good stuff to eat. And
Well,
other times.
Is the group is Mighty Pioneers. It's a group that, I think the group deserves a chance to upgrade their
Well, they-
product, because
Everyone should
they do a lot of,
Yeah.
they do a lot of fundraising things for the students.
So I guess, have we told them to put healthy stuff in here?
Well,
So-
it's necessary, it's basically, it has to be shut off from certain times to certain
Right.
time.
No, why
That's what it's-
tell them, what's just healthy stuff, they don't have to show
It's
up.
for basketball games
Yeah.
and for
Maybe adults
parents
want.
and adults.
What? If we're
It
gonna be a
is
role
pri-
model, then what are we doing?
Yeah, it is primarily, the Mighty Pioneers machine is primarily used
And I'm not on that
elementary
board
games.
anymore, so.
Jeff, you're not a role model anymore.
Sometimes you want one.
Right, I mean, yeah,
Nobody wants one
sometimes
of that.
maybe you want a piece of beef jerky, you know what I mean, to get you through the night, and is that healthy? I don't know, I mean, it's high in sodium and.
Well, now we Snicker bars and that stuff.
There's no soda in there.
No wonder it's not making money.
I mean, Gatorade isn't considered healthy.
The only things that are healthy are chicken and dirt.
As I sat on the way home with Birmingham.
Exactly.
So as far as the vending machine, it's just one of the many steps that we're looking at to improve the options for our students. So in conclusion, we've gone through this process, we've looked at our policies, we've looked at our practices, we've looked at how they align, and now we're working on the implementation steps and having that well-rounded document to present to you.
Who do we actually report to? I mean, who is there, who is really the enforcing agency?
We have to report this to DPI, but it is a
DPI.
federal requirement.
So DPI, we report DPI?
So I'm assuming they report further up the chain, right?
Okay, all right.
So this is our first time, have we just not been doing it, or is it a new?
I don't know if it's a newer requirement, I guess I'm not up to date on that part of it.
Other questions other than the vending machine with the bad, the bad's in?
Well, I mean, it's a good thing that we, are conscious of these,
I did hear that teachers are discouraged greatly from handing out candy in their classroom for good behavior.
Yes, the candy rewards were plentiful, and so now we're turning to other options.
Well, it's all up because of different times. When I was growing up, getting candy, that's no big deal, because we go home and run around the backyard until sun went down, and, let kids go home now and get on the and sit on their butts all day. So that's
So if, we'll either take a motion to approve or address other questions.
I would move to approve the triennial assessment report.
Second.
Questions or discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Then we have the food service program expansion, the
So that's also me.
healthy meals vending machine. Are you gonna?
Yes, so what you have in your packet is a report regarding the purchase of a new healthy foods vending machine. This would be a vending machine that would be located in this atrium, so it would be available to all students. It would be stocked by our food services staff. It would include some homemade items, other purchased items, and beverages. We have a $5,000, we've been awarded a $5,000 grant toward the purchase of the vending machine. We have also applied for another smaller grant towards the purchase of some of the inventory. The total cost included in the food inventory approximately, the vending machine and the inventory is $8,450. We hope that this project is the start of a couple of different vending machine options through, with the size of our lunchroom and our food services line, there are only so many options that we have for a la carte. This is one way to fulfill the need for a la carte for particularly our high school students. We also are looking to target those students before they jump on a bus to go to a sports event or to whatever extracurricular event they're going to, so that they have something healthy to take with them to fuel them.
And it's under our control.
And it's under our control.
Yeah.
Yep, and so pricing would also be monitored so that it's just above what would be required to keep it break even.
I think that's mine.
I don't think so. I think it's Sue's player, Sue. Sue?
Regardless,
So any questions about the vending machine? Or do we have a motion in that regard?
yes, I would move to approve the purchase of the healthy, what do you call it?
Healthy food vending machine.
Healthy food vending machine.
Second.
Questions or discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. We've taken care of the liability insurance, and then we have the new staff communication platform approval, school status. Superintendent outlined that briefly in one of her memos to us. Does anybody have questions about it?
I did like look at that app, but is there like one of their like option to, or like advertising to pay more to get the ads out on this app or
Stephen, do you
anything?
know anything about that? or-
I know very little. I know the big selling point from what Aaron said when we use it with elementary is that parents get to choose how they get it. So if the teacher chooses to use the app, the parents can decide, well, I don't want to have to go through an app. I just send it to me as a text message or send it to me as an email. So there is a way to get around the ads that way.
Okay. It's just, I mean, I'm sure you can, the ones with the, like, pay this money to get rid of the ad, like, it is so annoying and not user-friendly, and then you X out of things, and then.
Yep.
So just as, like, if it's easy and you can either turn on the notifications or turn off the notifications, because as a parent of 3 kids in 3, separate schools with all of the different apps for
Yep.
all of the different sports plus school, it is overwhelming.
And that was part of the reason we did this, because school status was already being used at elementary.
Yeah.
So then we're using the same platform for
Okay.
K through 12.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's been used at elementary?
Correct.
Yeah, it's like,
Yes,
that's the one I have.
we approved it, I think, around COVID, but the company has changed hands a few times now, so it's been renamed. Yeah.
I'm sure they'll test it some more, and if it's not satisfactory, we'll be hearing back.
Well, because it's like the sports changed from
Hey, to
Hey,
Sports
to
U.
the other
or-
one,
Yeah.
so it's
Yep.
a lot.
Yeah.
Are there any other questions about school status, or is there a motion?
Every student then has this record,
Yes, it would be for every student.
every student. Only accessible by administration and parents.
Yeah, it's like, it's not Power School, that's definitely. And so this is more like the 3rd grade teachers send out pictures if they, go on a field trip, or your kid did something kind of extraordinary, they'll send, hey, ask them about this, or.
The big reason is especially for like in the high school realm, a lot of parents just want to be talked to via text message. So without a teacher using their own personal cell phone to text a parent, this way they can use it that way and keep it anonymous, use it through school approved things.
And the login procedure is pretty straightforward.
Yep, yeah, because what happens is parents will be able to sign up and then they can choose, I just, anything I get through this app, it comes to me as a text message or an email or, yep.
Yeah, that would eliminate parents sending
That-
text messages
To the
That makes
teacher,
sense, not
then
using
it's
their
yours.
personal phones.
Yes, yeah.
to. Good. Thank you.
Is there a motion?
Move to approve the school status platform as presented.
Second.
Questions or discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. And then we have to approve the propane bid. And it looks like, it looks like we are looking to go with Lakes.
Yep, that's the one Dan recommended.
AmeriGas for a fixed price of $1.42 per gallon for a floating price of $1.19 per gallon. And what is our bid from
115.
115 from
What's
Lakes?
the,
And they're doing the 500 gallon for free.
Is that the one at the field?
they say in here, what is the floating price, but what,
Ameri,
It's the
AmeriGas?
Lakes is a straight, 115.
Yeah, right.
That's
It's
small.
on the back.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Dick, you know, is there any plans to bring natural gas up to Highway 57?
I'm not, yeah, the natural gas distribution is kind of haphazard, I don't know. It goes down County Trunk T and all the way to, well, no, it didn't go to Glen Drive, it stopped because they didn't get enough people signed up for it.
We got it down ours.
You got it on Bay Shore.
Yeah.
On Highway 42, it stops at the research station. We got natural gas put in.
Didn't think of your neighbor, did you?
So,
Well, you sign up for it?
I never had the
Yeah, but
opportunity.
you have
so
to
the
pay.
low price on AmeriGas is $1.19, the low, Lakes is at $1.15, and they'll fill the 500 gallon tank free charge.
And is that,
There's
for the
no
lake,
tanker to,
for the Lakes gas, is that the,
Yes.
I mean, it just says the upcoming school year. There's, like for AmeriGas, it says, fixed price for 12 months, or like, it's for the
Well-
AmeriGas, or Lakes, is that like,
Well, then our question to them is August to August.
okay.
So it's a year.
See, when they give a floating, whenever they give a floating price, there's supposed to be a maximum increase per.
I,
I
Yeah,
don't
but
see-
$1.15 is still lower than $1.
Yeah, I mean,
did Randy and,
But it's
Dan
probably
have a
irrelevant.
recommendation on this?
Lakes, yeah,
Lakes.
we recommended going with Lakes.
It was, Lakes is the recommendation,
Yes.
by the superintendent and the building department.
yeah, I mean, unless there was like a huge service
But that's
difference
all
or.
price.
That would be my recommendation, that's not the numbers. They see free and 4 cents cheaper. I mean, it's.
And we own the tanks and everything, we don't have to give.
We own the tanks.
Yeah.
It's a hell of a price.
And it's only $1. Zero.
60 cents less.
Other questions or a motion?
I make a motion to approve Lakes Gas as our propane provider.
I'll second.
Questions or discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And then we have the resolution to grant signing authority, and that is so that the superintendent can accept grant money and not have to come to the board
Excellent.
to accept the grants.
Great idea.
I would move to approve resolution 2627-01, resolution to grant signing authority.
Second.
Questions or discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. And then we have an update to the 26-27 handbook for the Hope Squad advisor compensation. The Hope Squad was the advisors that would be working with students, mental health, suicide prevention, etc.
I would move to approve the 26-27 handbook update, Hope Squad advisor compensation, page 46.
I'll second.
Questions or discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion approved. Sue has served as the Region 3, Warren Region 3 Board of Directors, on the Board of Directors for Wisconsin Association of School Boards for a number of years, and now she's termed out. She can't run anymore. Term limits.
No, we can't.
We have term limits.
Term limits.
9 years.
So the question is there anyone on the board that thinks they want to run for that position?
It's a great opportunity, I highly recommend it. You learn a lot, meet a lot of great people.
Well, think about that. I don't know when this has to be. I don't know when this application has to be turned in.
I'm assuming you have to be on the school board to be on that.
What's that?
You have to be on the school board to be on that?
Yes.
Often we meet every month.
The nomination must be postmarked by Thursday, September 12th, so think about it, and if you want
Yeah.
to, think you want to do that, you can ask 2 more questions, or you can contact Randy and fill out the forms.
Or if you want to contact me for more
Yeah, you can
information.
contact Sue with any questions. Then we have some new hires to approve. I guess I have to get to those. Does anybody have the packet open to
Yep.
look at those names?
Lisa Goble, school nurse.
Who is it, Lisa Goble?
Goble.
Is it
Okay,
Gable?
Goble. So Lisa Goble is the school nurse, and it's my understanding that she is the person that's an aide already here, so she's gonna kind of fill 2,
Oh, okay.
She's,
She should be here
yeah,
actually.
she's
spots.
currently a full-time aide, and so this would be a shift to a part-time aide and a part-time nurse.
So
which
she'd
is
actually be
great,
here all the
that,
time.
you know, if something arises when she's,
Yep.
when she's an aide, she would.
Yeah, so her time may not be fully 50-50, but it will be what is
All right.
needed.
Move to approve the hire of Lisa Goble as our school nurse.
Second.
Questions or discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. And then we have study hall supervisor,
Ashley
Ashley Barkey.
Markey.
Yep.
We had her application, I guess if we had questions, we would have to address those with Randy. Is there a motion to approve her?
I would move to approve Ashley Barkey as a study hall supervisor and instructional aide.
Second.
Questions or discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. And then we have the special education aide, Danielle Lewis.
Who's moving up here?
I would move to approve Danielle Lewis as an educational associate.
Second.
Questions or discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. So if anyone would like to attend or can, the back to school barbecue is next Tuesday. I think that's Tuesday. Kind of fun time. You probably all saw the memo that they're making they want to make kind of a big deal out of the ribbon cutting for the outdoor classroom, which I think is really nice, and they're trying to tie it into the 250th anniversary of the country, so if anybody can attend that, great. And then our school board meeting is September 16th. If there's no other business, is there a motion to adjourn?
So. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.